It's a couple of weeks into this year's storm season, but we have talked about the importance of having our family and homes prepared for the possibility of a hurricane. Well, we definitely don't want to forget some of the most important members of our family, our pets. Mark Shambour, owner of K9 Korral in Sarasota, is here to help us keep our furry family members safe. Great to have you with us.
Thanks for having me back.
And you played a big role during Hurricane Irma in helping your customers keep their pets safe.
Yes, we really can't evacuate because this here is actually, I wrote all of the dogs that stayed with us. There were 39 of our customers' dogs.
Gosh.
And then on the side it says 2 humans.
So your customers evacuated because of their location and you kept their pets.
Yes,
What
and this is the
thing.
life jacket, which a customer came in to get a life jacket just in case we flooded. And you
Makes
know, it was
sense.
really important that we were prepared, and one of the things, these two are hunkering down. This is during the storm. That's Nilla and actually Pasquale, who used to be on the show here. This is kind of like what's going on. It's during the storm. I took some pictures of the dogs. And this is like, is it over yet?
Well, they seem perfectly happy to be with each other and you.
Yes, and this was some of the damage that we had at the K9 Korral. It brings the segment more to a reality that you know, this is something that can actually happen. And we have to remember to be very careful.
We do, and I think all too often we forget, or people that are just joining us in the Suncoast area not realizing that this does definitely happen here. So your first recommendation for preparedness is something that we actually need to do right away to kind of prepare for that absolute worst scenario of separation.
Yes, definitely. If for any reason, please get your a microchip on your dog right now. We want to be able to, if you get separated from your pet, you have to have your pet identified. And a microchip recorded in your name is the best way to get the dog to identify that it's your dog.
All right, and you also recommend something that Joey is holding, which I think is great, because not all of us do that,
a picture
photo
of you and your pet, so that if for some reason the dog is not microchipped, at least we can say, hey, this is me and Spencer.
Right, and speaking of Spencer, and you referenced this in the pictures too, tell us what Spencer is wearing and why this is important.
He has a life jacket on, and Superstorm Sandy, there were a lot of animals that were actually floating in the water when I saw some of the coverage. And if you're separated, at least, of course with him because he can't walk, but at least they can swim away and maybe swim to safety. It's very important. People don't think about it, but it's really important.
Well, and we've seen all those pictures of floodwaters, but we've forgotten what that means for our low-riding animals.
And a life jacket for you too.
Absolutely, yes. Well, we're gonna concentrate on the furry friends today, and that is okay. All right, so you've also brought us some supplies to pack our pets' hurricane kits.
Yes.
I know which one is most important to the pets. The food.
The food. Food and water is very important. Have a bowl that you can actually, that's a collapsible bowl.
Yeah, this is neat. Let me show you this if we can get a shot of this. So this is actually a little bit of a flexible bowl, but when I'm packing it, it'll go all the way down.
You can put it in your purse and
yeah,
bring it over.
absolutely.
That's
a lot
right.
of people use these for hiking and things, which this time of year with the heat is a great idea.
It's a great idea, and it's nice and easy to pack. You can put in your back pocket.
Love it.
This is actually freeze-dried food that you can have packaged so that it doesn't take up so much room.
Oh, what a good idea.
Plus, if it gets wet, you got it sealed. Where this is great to have, I always recommend having a second bag just in case you have to hunker down for a couple of weeks without
of
power.
the dry dog food?
Yes, and a bucket like that. You can get that bucket at your home stores, home improvement stores, and there's this top on it that actually screws and it seals, so you can put everything right in the bucket. It'll stay nice and
waterproof, bug-proof, yeah,
exactly.
good way to keep everything in one place.
And all together.
All right, so what if we have to evacuate and we end up going to a shelter? What do we need to know about pets?
Well, for one thing, we want to remember that now is the time to check what chains of hotels will accept pets.
Okay.
There are non-refundable deposits on a lot of times. We talked about that in another segment.
And certain shelters accept pets.
And get you have the shelters on your mysuncoast.com where you can find that out. The real important thing is to make sure that you have somewhere you think you're going to need to go to, some sort of a hotel ahead of time, and make sure that you know that you're going to be paying a deposit probably.
Right.
There is no law that says that the hotels and evacuation centers have to take your dog.
Okay.
That was going around during Irma, and it's not a law. So
Remind
it's not
us
a state
about
law.
vaccination records. It's important to keep those, right?
Medications, vaccination records, a first aid kit. You want to make sure. I always recommend saline solution as well because of things blowing around. It's good for rinsing.
And often shelters require a crate.
You have to have a crate. I have a nice one there that's my little female canine good citizen on top of it.
Right.
And you also want to make sure that you have some things to keep the dog busy.
Yeah, let's talk about making the experience less scary.
Exactly. That's a Busy Buddy right there. It's made from Pet Safe. And actually, you put some discs in there, and it's a good dental chew as well.
Right, and you keep them occupied with some food in there.
Exactly. And also some calming oil or something to calm your dog while your dog
That's a good idea.
Definitely, you need that for the storms. It works really well.
I was going to say, and sometimes this isn't just for hurricanes, you know? I mean, with the storms that we have here daily, Joey, I know Lulu struggles.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
calming oil, the Thunder Vest.
Exactly. The Thunder Vest is awesome for storms if it works. It doesn't always work, but it's a good try to start with. The oil works wonderful. About noon, if I think there's going to be a storm, my Nilla is dosed halfway. And
Right.
then if there is a storm, I finish it up. with
Probably a good
soup.
idea. All right, we know we love our pets so much, and they need storm preparedness just like we do. For more information about all of your pet needs, including daycare, boarding, you can find K9 Korral on their website. And again, you become a customer and you'll be able to get some additional help during a storm should one come here on the Suncoast. Go to K9KorralSRQ.com. We'll be right back.